रस्म रुनुमाई बेहद कामयाबी के साथ अंजाम पाई। क्योंकि बशार साहब की किताब की रस्म रुनुमाई अंजाम नहीं पाई, वो यहाँ तशरीफ नहीं ला सके बाज़ असबाब की वजह से, तो उस वक्त तबसरा डॉक्टर अल्ताफ हुसैन साहब ने किया है, वो हमारे दरमियान मौजूद हैं और हम वो तबसरा आपके सामने पेश करेंगे। डॉक्टर अल्ताफ हुसैन साहब से गुजारिश है कि आप आएँ और लिटरेरी बीट्स स्टडी ऑफ गनी गयूर लिटरेरी वर्क्स इन उर्दू। जो गनी गयूर साहब जो हैं उनका ताल्लुक खत जम्मू से है, वो उर्दू के बेहतरीन नाकिद हैं, बेहतरीन शायर हैं, बेहतरीन शायर जो उरूज पर दस्तरस रखते हैं। बहुत कम लोग हमारे दरमियान हैं जो उरूज जानते हैं, उरूज पर गहरी नजर रखते हैं, वो उरूज से भी पूरी तरह वाकिफ हैं। बेहतरीन जबान है उनकी, मैंने फेजू पर उनके मज़ामिन पढ़े हैं, उनकी शायरी देखी है, तो उनकी जो तख्लीकात है उनका तर्जुमा डॉक्टर बशारत खान साहिब ने किया है और वो किताब लिटरेरी बीट्स के नाम से शाया हुई है। उस पर डॉक्टर अल्ताफ साहब जो हैं तबसरा पेश करेंगे, रिव्यू पेश करेंगे। आइए सर।
Victories in the Presidium, lovely audience, Assalamu alaikum warahmatullahi wabarakatuh.
Wa alaikum assalam.
The book, or the booklet under review is Literary Beats, a study of Gani Gayur's literary works in Urdu. It has been authored by Dr. Bashar Khan, published by Mizan Publishers, Srinagar, year of publications 2024, pages 96, price 325. I would like to review it. The book actually encapsulates the literary endeavor of Gani Gayur in a lucid style. Besides the glimpses of Gayur's own literary output, the author has highlighted his work on Bedil and Sadi through Muhit Besahil and Sadi Sufnu Kalam. Gayur's Naqsh-e-Degar is the biography of Dr. Masood Ahmad Chaudhary, the former VC of Baba Ghulam Shah Bacha University, Rajaurie. The author is of the view that the verses of Ved Tak have some resemblance with the wisdom of Sadi, while as Sukhan Kalam, the author says, is the tangible proof of his literary prowess. One of the interesting things noted by and deliberated upon by the author is the bird motif in Gayur's poetry. Bird, we know, not only eschews materialistic accumulation, but also loves and yearns for freedom. Nevertheless, birds become the first causality of the human hunters. Gayur says, "Chali thi goliyan logon pe lekin parinde muft mein ghayal hui hai." Nevertheless, Gayur's poetry, according to the author, I quote, embodies a dynamic spirit, migratory symbol that represents both altruism and adventure. It's very interesting to note here that according to Dr. Ali Shariati, Iranian sociologist and student of Jean Paul Sartre, almost all the major world civilizations are an outcome of migration. When people in the Gayurian words moved to search for Abudana, and in this search they got Udanum ka bahana. Azerbaijan, deriving its form, title from Aftabu ka budapa, बर्फजारों की खुशी, सबज पत्तों के लिए आजारी जान लिखा गया, is an anthology with muqaddimah of 100 ghazals of Hakim Manzoor. Likewise, Naqsh presents an anthology with muqaddimah of 100 ghazals of Rafiq Ras. Makulati Ghani Gayur is a collection of the poetry of some famous Boji poets. As the title of the book suggests, a beat of music synchronizes with the beat of heart, which continues the symphony of life on earth. We know no one else can know their heartbeat more than a lover does. And in the realm of law, medical doctors, because author is a medical doctor, more often than not are the lovers of whole humanity. A medical doctor by profession and a literature by passion, Dr. Bashar Khan, through the literary beats, has tried to become a testimony to the literary tryst of Ghani Gayur. The book could be counted as the author's heartbeat, as according to the author himself, his heart has always beaten for literature. The book provides a bird's eye view of Ghani Gayur's rendezvous with literature in about 12 brief chapters besides references and photo album. The very introduction begins with the beautiful couplet, Khayal Khas, jo andar hi andar pakta rehta hai, Ghani izhar ki kudrat hunar hai, aur hunar kya hai. That is the journey which the Homo sapiens have been going through unfolds itself in consciousness and knowledge, which cannot be externalized unless a due process of internalization takes place. This process turns an immature thought into a mature one. So the setup needs a style to be known externally. Now, human beings do not constitute of thought only. Rather, the thought is coupled with will. This will, however, has been subjected to persecution and coercion throughout the ages. Gayur in this regard says, आंखों पर पहरे बिठाता है मेरी, वही टांगों को फिर बांधता है. Nevertheless, the hardships thereof help us to gain self-actualization. कश्मकशी जिंदगी है असल में, मुश्किलों में रहने वाला जिंदा है. As per Ghalib, इन आबलों से पाऊं के घबरा गया था मैं, जी खुश हुआ राह को पुरखार दिखे. Gayur has exposed the universal idea of, and I quote, to stand at an ox and swallow at the camel. It's a verse of Matthew 23:24. मक्खी को यार छोड़ के हाथी निकल गए. No doubt one's tormentors can take sadistic pleasure from the pain and agony of their victims, but the victims on their part get catharsis because they relate the suffering with the perennial pain which has been the lot of humanity. Gayur says, किसने गूंथी थी दर्द की रस्सी, किसने गूंथी थी दर्द की रस्सी, रेशे रेशे में तनाव जैसा है. As for Rumi, सीना खवा हम शरह शरह अज़ फ़िराक़, ताब गोयम शरह दर्द दर्द इश्तियाक़. Gayur also touches the absurdist tune when he says, चोटियों के बिल में पानी डालकर, चोटियों के बिल में पानी डालकर, क्यों तमाशा देखता हूँ देर तक. If human beings partake in the reality, how can they know the reality holistically? Gayur says, इदराक नहीं इनको हकीकत नहीं मालूम, वो जुज़्व समंदर हैं, समंदर में पड़े हैं. So oblivious of the reality as such, what remains behind is nothing but folly and vain desire. According to Gayur, अधूरी ख्वाहिशें, जन्नत के दावे, परेशान लोग कितने खुशगुमा हैं. However, the sublime status which the paradise could be thought of by a person whose heart is overflowing with the milk of sincerity, devotion and love. To this effect, Gayur says, इश्क तेरे ने उजाड़ा दिल मेरा, गैर की उल्फत उगे मुमकिन नहीं. The perpetual endeavor and the seamless effort for the achievement of sublime motive is the theme of many a couplet of Gayur. आदमी को जुहद मुक़य्यम के लिए पैदा किया, पेट भरकर तो नहीं कमबख्त मरने के लिए. However, sometimes the contemplation of the being on the part of the individual being puts the whole activity on rest, and the poet says, इसका होना हर एक शय की दलील, उसका होना हर एक शय की दलील, दो जहां की वही असास बदन. Isn't it similar to the tad ikam, that is that one or that being, spiritual embryo or consciousness of Rigveda. It takes us towards yet another dimension of the being as a product of outcome of this contemplation, as our poet says, वुसअतों की नहीं है इसकी उसकी हद, वुसअतों की नहीं है उसकी हद, बेतहाशा वो बेकयास बदन. Cannot we invoke here the Subhani Ma Azam Shani of Abu Yazid Bastami? Gayur also gives a combined view of monotheism and monism when he says, दूसरा कोई नहीं जब क्यों सहारे ढूंढता है. Gayur also talks about the collective conscience of his native people by saying, खाएगा हिस्सा दूसरे का भी, खाएगा हिस्सा दूसरे का भी, खुद गरज वो कतार बदलेगा. We know this Qatar changing, this line changing attitude of ours is not rampant only when we as a nation receive kerosene oil, sugar or rice. We also exhibit it day in and day out while changing caravans and ideologies. To conclude, the author as such has elegantly portrayed the literary output of Gani Gayur, although the translation is up to the mark, but any standard transliteration format has not been followed. Also, the biographical sketch of our poet has not been presented in an ornate manner. In this regard, Mizan publishers should have obeyed, and I quote, "Bila kayfa wala tashbih, wala tuksiru Mizan." Nevertheless, the book is sitting a booky and arranged bunch of literary flowers, an everlasting gift for the lovers of literature, which has the capacity to make their hearts throb and beat, as the title says, literary beats. Thank you.